You've seen people rank guns. You've seen people rank maps. You thought that was the end of Phantom Force's tier list? Think again, because today, I will rank entire gun categories, based on my personal preferences and opinions of course. But before I get into the tier list, I have to clarify something. I will judge the different categories based on 3 criteria. Variety. And by variety, I'm not talking about the number of weapons in a category, I'm talking about how many unique types of weapons there are. For example, I would consider the MP5 and the MP5/10 to be similar types of weapons because they function so similarly. Also, if a category had 5 weapons that are functionally similar, I would consider that bad variety. Meanwhile, if a category only had 3 weapons, but all 3 of them were functionally different from each other, I would consider that good variety. Next, we have versatility, i.e., how well the weapons in a certain category can perform in any or all situations. Finally, I'm also judging them based on fun. Well, how much enjoyment I get out of the weapons in a certain category. Now with that explained, let's begin the tier list with the assault rifles. Now, the assault rifles are a pretty good category. There's good variety in them. You have typical ARs, SMG replacements, battle rifle wannabes, pinpoint accurate laser rifles, and a few burst weapons too. Those are my favorite, by the way. The weapons in this category are very versatile. You could bring any assault rifle into any situation, and I can guarantee it will perform admirably. And thanks to that versatility, anyone who uses an assault rifle will be able to adapt to any situation, since their weapon's effectiveness is not limited to a few certain situations, unlike some of the other categories here. ARs are just generally good weapons you can expect to do well with overall, and I guess my only complaint about ARs is that they are so versatile, there are no limits that can challenge you. Unlike the PDWs, since these things are quite ineffective at long range, you're forced to use them in short range to get the most out of them. So because of that, I'm gonna put the ARs in the A category. Speaking of PDWs, they're okay, I guess. I don't want to be too harsh on them since they're one of my favorite gun categories, but there's much less variety to be found in the PDW category compared to the ARs. You have your fast paper shredders, your slow-firing hard hitters, and your spam weapons. Many of the guns in this category share the same problem. Their damages decrease drastically at long range, except for the L2A3 and the M3A1. As I've mentioned before, since PDWs are limited to short range, you have to get close to your enemies to be effective, and that is a pretty fun challenge to me. It forces me to change the way I usually play. I hate to do this, but I have to put them in B tier. The lack of versatility and variety hurts this category a lot, but they are one of the more entertaining ones to use. Next, we have the LMGs, i.e. better ARs. Like seriously, the LMGs behave like ARs so much that I believe the only ones that truly stand out are the HK21 and the MG3KWS. This bunch of weapons is just as reliable as ARs, I believe. Maybe they are probably less dependable in close quarters combat, owing to their slow reload times and bad handling, but apart from CQC, LMGs can do what ARs do, but better. The extra suppression, range, and ammo really does make a difference. Plus, big guns feel powerful. Because of that, I have to put them in S tier. Next, we have my beloved sniper rifles, which include powerful bolt actions, weak but speedy rifles, 50 cals, and semi-autos. In an inverse situation to the SMGs, sniper rifles excel at long range, but are a nightmare to use in close quarters if you're not precise enough. Of all the gun categories, this class provides the most unique playstyle in the game, being able to target enemies from afar in relative safety. Using them in CQC also provides a huge adrenaline rush, which keeps people coming back. Also, hitting moving targets is a fun challenge I love to engage in. I don't know why, I just find these kinds of kills really satisfying. Having made this category for most of my time on PF, I may be biased. I can't bring myself to put this category anywhere but in S tier. Moving on from that, we have the Carbine class, a group of weapons that is comprised of AR and PDW hybrids, silent stealthy weapons, revolver carbines, the HK51B, and the Gyrojet. Whereas LMGs are ARs that struggle in close range and excel at long range, carbines are the exact opposite of them, being able to punish enemies at close range while struggling a bit at long range. Well, except for the revolver carbines, of course. I have nothing to say really other than the fact that these weapons feel like alternatives to SMGs that reassemble ARs. Because they're quite limited at long range, I'm gonna have to put them in the B tier alongside PDWs. DMRs. Apart from the VSS Ventores, all of them perform similarly. Just like snipers, these weapons are excellent at long range, but require decent skill to use in close quarters. It's easier with these ones due to the higher RPMs and bigger ammo capacities. Much like snipers, much of my fun with DMRs comes from the test of trying to be as accurate as possible, and the reward of getting a high damage headshot is as exciting as ever. But because of the lack of variety, I have to put it in C tier. Now I know the DMRs feel like they're being neglected by stylists, and I feel sorry for them. Hell, the latest DMR, the SL8, was added in 2019, but in its current state, the DMR category is very underwhelming compared to the rest. Next, we have battle rifles. Sorry about that extra S, I forgot to edit that out when I made this image. Anyway, for such a small category, there are many types of weapons in this thing. You have stable and strong battle rifles, the ones that are shakier but stronger, and the Beowulf ACR, and the Henry. These weapons feel like alternatives to conventional assault rifles, and when you use them, you feel like you're trading power for vulnerability. Because of their lower ammo capacities and RPMs, they may feel weaker in close quarters combat, but if you can manage your bullets properly, I believe you can negate that. These things feel just as reliable and as entertaining as ARs, and because of that, I'm ranking them in the A tier. Next we have shotguns. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. The shotguns have the best variety of all the categories here. From the KSG to the AA-12, every shotgun feels distinct and unique. Not only because each shotgun has their own special stats and quirks, all of them have their own unique strengths and weaknesses too. As such, each shotgun will excel in certain situations, but struggle in others. And because of that, using the different shotguns doesn't feel repetitive at all. All in all, the shotguns are very fun to use, but their lack of versatility warrants me putting them in the B tier. Next up, we will now move on to our first secondary category, the pistols. The pistols suffer a lot from a lack of variety. 8 of the 13 guns in this category function in the exact same way, being typical semi-auto pistols. The other 5 guns, namely the meme guns, the hand cannons, and the gyrojet, save the variety of this category from being completely boring. This category may lack any diverse playstyles overall, but the versatility of these weapons, along with the fun brought by the more unique ones, save it from being a C tier category. They shall go in the B tier. Let's now move on to the pistol's automatic counterparts, the machine pistols. Every single one of the 7 pistols here functions in the exact same way. I know the 93R is a burst weapon, but it has the exact same strengths and weaknesses as all of the other weapons in this category, so how different is it anyway? It's such a shame that there's such an acute lack of variety in this category, because I really like it a lot. But unfortunately, it has to go into the D tier. I'm not saying all the guns in this category are bad, but a lack of versatility and a lack of variety just kills it for me. Moving on, we have the battle rifle versions of the pistols, the revolvers. I like the diversity in the revolvers. They all feel different, except for the Red Hawk and Rex, which share so many similarities, namely their high RPMs, their high recoils, and the fact that no one uses them. Because you're sacrificing RPM and ammo capacity for power and range, revolvers feel like side grades of pistols. Thus, I'm putting revolvers in the B tier, alongside their faster firing counterparts. Now we have the others category. This one is pretty weird. So this group of miscellaneous guns just consists of mini shotguns and mini snipers. Hell, 4 of the 6 weapons here are just sawed-off variants of their bigger counterparts. Don't expect any versatility from these weapons, since the mini shotguns and mini snipers are on opposite ends of usefulness when it comes to range. Just like the shotguns, each and every one of these weapons has their own unique quirks. Thus, experiences with each of them will be different. Because they're less versatile than revolvers, but more fun than MPs, they go in the C tier. Finally, we have the melees. Where else can they go but D tier? They're only useful in short range, and even though there are many different melees, all of them are used in the exact same way. So, yeah, that was pretty straightforward. And that's the tier list. Do know that all of this is just my opinion, and if you have any disagreements or have anything to say about it, do leave it down in the comments below for me to read afterwards. Anyway, with the completion of this list comes the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I did making it, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. See ya. Well, wait, hold on. Before the video ends, I'd just like to say thank you for 200 plus subscribers and the incredible amount of views that I've been getting lately. It may only be a fraction of what bigger Phantom Forces YouTubers get, but it's big to me. Over the past few months, I've put a lot of effort into my videos and commentaries. Much of my time has been spent script writing and editing, so I appreciate the attention you guys have been paying to my channel. I have many ideas I would love to materialize into videos, and I'd be very grateful to see you guys enjoy them. I have to return to my video editor now to create another video I have in mind, so I guess I'll see you again soon. And once again, thank you.